Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Coppertop Productions. In this week's video, we're going to be talking about the next few things that I'm going to be doing to the 32. And the reason we're not doing anything to the 32 is actually because it didn't break at the last drift event, which means I don't have to do anything before the next one, which evidently is tomorrow, but unfortunately I'm not driving tomorrow. I'm just filming because I didn't get a ticket in time. This whole 1 week me talking, next week me drifting and or other people drifting is a fucking awesome schedule, I think. One video is incredibly high effort. The next one is me talking in the shed to the camera because I've got nothing else to do. So this thing has done incredibly well at the last two events, despite blowing a turbo, completely my fault. It has been perfect. Exactly what I want it to be, honestly. There's a few things that I need to do here and there, and that's basically what I'm going to break down today. The next few things, what I'm going to be doing with this car, what you guys can expect to see in upcoming videos, and where I'm sort of want to take things now that I'm actively drifting this car. Firstly, the seat. I know I'm not a small person, I'm 6'3", and I'm pretty broad. It's not the most comfortable ride, especially once I put the helmet on. I'm like up against the fucking roof. Sort of narrowed it down to what I'm gonna do. Obviously, it's gonna be either a Brider or a Recaro seat that's gonna be practically bolted to the fucking ground, because that's the only way I can really fix the whole height issue. The height issue isn't the only problem with the seat. There's also the fact that it has zero bolstering in comparison to like a proper bucket seat. So that first corner of Marulan, when I'm going in, I'm pulling handbrake like that. The first thing I'm doing is going boom, putting my leg up against the center console and the door card and holding myself so that I'm not moving around. Not good for one particular reason. If my legs are holding myself still, they're not using the pedals. And that's crucially important to be able to make it to the next corner and or through that corner. By the end of the day, I had a massive bruise here and this leg was ridiculously sore too. Like, I need a bucket seat so that I'm not buggering up my legs and not using the pedals, and so that I'm not hitting my head. So that's the next thing I'm gonna be doing on the car, is a bucket seat, unless the clutch lets go first, because the clutch is kind of slipping. Before the last event, we put a boost T on the car with the new turbo. We wanted to see if we can maybe turn it up a little bit from the 5 PSI that it was on before. We can turn it up, which is sicko. Unfortunately though, as soon as we turn it up, and I'm talking like the minimum setting on the boost T, the clutch just fucking leaves the chat. The reason for that is because I probably didn't let the clutch bed in properly before going to a drift event. In the meantime, I'm sort of just building up funds to get a clutch and bucket seat and rails so that I can be more comfortable in the car and have confidence in the clutch. I may also put a 25 DET box in it, because currently it's a DE box. They fucking break often. The only reason I think my box is holding on is because it's a wet pen event. If I was trying to do this in the dry, I think the box would properly just ejecto-cedo cuz. So yeah. And then there's probably gonna be some more expensive things coming up, like BC coilovers is definitely a must do. I would love, absolutely fucking love, to get some sick wheels on the car that fit it and that look good. I'm not gonna say what type because you guys can wait for that. Once the car kind of hits that stage of being complete, stage 1, and I really wanted to make clear it's not done. There's a lot more that I want to do to the car, but that's the end of stage 1. That's where it needs to be for me to feel happy and confident with the car, driving it and, you know, doing what I want to do with it. I would love to paint this thing because it looks like a fucking shit show, right? And that'll happen probably eventually. For the moment, I don't mind the fact that it looks like this, just because it kind of represents where everything's at, as far as like the, fuckery of everything. When it's slammed and on cool wheels and painted one solid color, you know, that's when I would say it's at that point that I'm happy with it being the way it is. So yeah, there's definitely other things that I want to do to the car, but for as far as finishing stage 1, once it hits that mark, that's it. I'll just maintain that and go to drift events and get good. So over the next few weeks, that's what you can expect to see me doing with this. Mostly drift events and occasionally working on the car. As I build my funds back up to a point where I'm not eating ramen literally every day, I will put a bit more money into the car and do the seat, do the wheel, do the box, do the clutch, you know, do all that kind of stuff. But for right now, I'm just going to keep filming drifting and building up the funds and having fun with the car and enjoying it where it is and progressing. and doing my thing. That's it for this week's video, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. If you've watched this far, again, thank you. The only reason I'm really making this video is because drift event last week, drift event tomorrow, the in-between, I'm broke, but we don't miss an upload. So, yep. Catch you all next week, which will be tomorrow for me and blah, blah, blah for you, and it'll be fun drifting. Yeah, see you there. Bye.